Well, spring is definitely in full force here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. The bearded iris are blooming, and I'm finishing out my container garden on my deck. And that brings me to this beautiful guy. This is my banana plant. In this video, we're gonna go through 12 large plants that can be grown in containers on your deck that truly make a beautiful statement. Ooh. Well, you guys have heard me talk many times about when you're creating your patio, your deck gardens, your container gardens, a bunch of small plants, it ends up feeling clustered. But when you have a few carefully selected small plants and a couple large plants, that's what really creates that instant wow factor. And the best thing is the larger plants will end up being easier to care for because as a larger plant, they're going to be growing in more soil. That's going to allow them to generally stay hydrated, meaning less watering for you. If you have a ton of small plants, they're all going to dry out really quickly. That's going to end up causing you to be frequently watering your plants in order to keep them alive. So in this video, I'm going to go through 12 of my favorite large plants that can be grown in containers on your porches, patios, and decks. Some of them will be one and done. Others you can bring inside, grow as a house plant throughout the winter time, and some will be able to be salvaged from one year to the next through some simple overwintering process. And I'll go through with each plant what the appropriate method would be. Well, of course, the first one up on the list would be banana plants. This is the cultivar Ever Red, noted for its lovely red streaked foliage. There's lots of different bananas out there. This one, in fact, is a winter hardy to zones 6, which I'm here in zone 7. If I planted this out in the ground, it would probably remain from one year to the next. Remember, plants that are grown in containers will not be as hardy as those ones grown in the ground. But there's lots of different kinds of bananas out there. This guy should get much bigger over the course of the summertime, providing that really lovely tropical oasis appeal. As it is grown in a container, what I will do in the wintertime, I will chop it back, bring it indoors, and enjoy it as a house plant throughout the wintertime. They will generally create pups as well that can be propagated, and those can be overwintered in smaller containers. And then the following spring, you can plant them up into a larger pot and they will quickly grow back. I have some videos you can find down in the description below with links to how exactly to propagate bananas through that method. Now the next one on the list would be the bird of paradise. This is a classic. This is another plant that gives you that tropical feeling right from day one. And you can find these pretty inexpensively at box stores. And the great thing is once your nights start to get below about 45 degrees in the autumn time, bring them indoors. You can grow them as a house plant inside throughout the winter. Now, one pro tip, if you are taking a plant that has been grown in a greenhouse or a box store like a bird of paradise, put it out in the shade for a few days, 3, 5, even 7 days, fully shaded outside before introducing it to the sunlight. That's going to keep it from getting sun scald and burning those initial leaves. And if your summertime is long enough, you may even get some flowers on your bird of paradise. One of my all-time favorite perennials that can be grown in a container from one year to the next would of course be the Japanese maples. There's nothing quite like them. They have such a calming energy about them. Yes, they can be expensive, but even when grown in a container, you can grow them for years on your porches and patios and decks. You'll just want to make sure you keep them hydrated throughout the winter time. There's some awesome Brugmansia angel trumpets that you can find from online purveyors. These are another great tropical plant that produces these iconic trumpet-shaped blooms in colors like oranges, yellows, and pinks. They're a cinch to grow. They do fantastic in containers, and they're very easy to overwinter. At the end of the season, you're just going to chop them back, put them in a garage or shed or basement cellar area that's going to stay above 40 degrees Fahrenheit. just let them remain dormant throughout the winter time, and then the following spring, bring them outside and allow them to revitalize, and they will quickly grow back. Now, another container classic would be the tropical hibiscus. This would be Hibiscus rosa-sinensis. There are so many different flowering varieties. Every single color you could dream up, many mixed colors with flowers that have a range of different colors in each and every bloom. Now do note, these plants will get quite heavy. They can be challenging to move once they get quite large. It can be a good idea, like I have my banana plant, put them in a container on wheels. And that's going to allow you the flexibility to move them around easily. Now they're also great as a houseplant inside, which is another lovely benefit. They may or may not bloom for you inside throughout the winter time, but as soon as you get them back outside for the summertime, they will quickly start to produce more flowers. They have a wonderful framework due to that lovely woody structure that they create. Now do take note, if you are going to be growing them inside as a houseplant, they can be quite susceptible to our spider mites and whitefly, so you are going to want to make sure that they stay clean and healthy while inside. I fell in love with these New Zealand flax when I was living in Bogota. There's something about their beautiful blades that create this lovely structural appearance. I love to see them in a trio. I think it just creates a wonderful facade. So if you're looking for something to create a lovely structure, this is a great choice for those desires. Now, another all-time classic would be the Canna lilies that so many of us have grown and loved. I love them for their foliage. I think that tropical foliage, it looks like a banana. It's absolutely lush as can be. Some of them have fantastic flowers as well, and they're very easy to dig up at the end of the season to overwinter their rhizomes in some vermiculite, and then the following year take them out of the vermiculite you've been storing in your basement or cellar, plant them back up, and they'll quickly start to grow again. Now, when it comes to flowers, not much beats a dahlia. Dahlias grow great in containers, but you want to make sure you give them enough soil, a large enough container for them to grow very well. If they're grown in too small of a container, they generally won't do very well because they'll quickly get root bound. So give them a large enough container to grow, and once they start blooming, they'll continue to bloom all the way till your first, maybe even second frost. Stay away from the pot dahlias because those end up staying quite small, but rather go for the taller varieties or even the dinner plate dahlias, which will provide some height and some really bold, beautiful blooms. Now over here, I've just planted up some elephant ears. These are some Colocasia. Elephant ears fall within the two genus of Alocasia or Colocasia. Some stay small, some can get quite large. So do a little bit of research before you make a purchase to ensure that you're getting a large variety if that's what you really want. This one is a medium-sized variety called Redemption, and one tip that I would give for all of your containers, give them a little bit of a layer of mulch. That's going to really help to lock in the moisture into your pot so that there's less evaporation, and that means you're not going to be tied as much to that watering hose, keeping them hydrated throughout the season. Elephant ears can be overwintered very simply by either digging up those tubers and overwintering the tubers, or just cutting them back, storing the entire pot down in your basement or cellar throughout that winter season. And if you're looking for an edible container plant, look no further than figs. Figs will grow from one season to the next, and depending on where you live, you may even be able to grow yours outside all year long. Now, the most winter hardy of all figs is called the Chicago hardy fig, and I believe it's hardy to zones 5. Now, figs can be overwintered easily in a garage or basement. Let them go dormant, and at the end of autumn, early winter, bring them inside and let them stay in that dormant state all winter long, and then bring them back out the following spring. One of my all-time favorite annuals would be Sunpatiens. These are new hybrids of the classic Impatiens, but rather than growing only in the shade, these can be grown in both the sun or the shade. They're extremely rapid growers. They produce lovely, billowy mounds of color and joy. And once they really start to bloom, they never skip a beat. They continue to bloom all summer into the autumn time. But you will want to make sure you keep them hydrated. If you let them get too dry, They will definitely start to wilt, but give them some more water and they generally will bounce back pretty quickly. And last but not least would be the pampas grass, or really any other large growing grasses. It's one of the best ways to take use of a windy site where it can be challenging to grow a lot of plants due to high levels of wind. These are going to look fantastic in those windy areas, allowing them to sway gently back and forth, creating that excellent visual wherever you might be growing them. And the pampas grass in particular gets so large with such big plumes, there's nothing like it. It's extremely elegant, very stately. And with that, now you have a great list to get your mind jogging, get inspired, find some big, beautiful statement plants to make your container, your deck gardens look as beautiful as they possibly can. Thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you soon. Ciao.